The amount of things that I'm continuing to learn that I'm at risk for or what my new norm is gonna be, it sucks. There's not really a great way to like put it eloquently. It's like I have breast cancer and it's really disrupting the plans that I had. All I can do now is just like look forward to being here. I think there's a new sense of gratitude you experience when going through something like cancer. And I think who I am is evolving through all of this. And I'm excited to see like who she is on the other side of it. My name is Katie Thurston, and this is a day in my life with metastatic breast cancer. I usually wake up around 8, but sleep is definitely now a priority. So I will allow myself to sleep in as much as I need. So when I wake up in the morning, my body is very stiff. So one of the first things I like to do is use this foot massager to kind of get the blood flowing. I have a vibration plate. All these things I never thought I would have in my morning routines. I now drink way more water than I ever have. So they say that lemon water is good for the liver detox, and with all the medications I'm taking on a daily basis, my liver definitely needs support. So I've heard that lemon water will be that aid in the morning. I would say my daily breakfast usually is oatmeal with some kind of fruit added to it. We have chia seeds, which is very hidden in the taste. I will say the one thing I do a lot is juice now, and carrot juice is actually so good. And I was very surprised to learn that. But now every week I am juicing carrots, celery, lemon, oranges, anything that can go in my juicer, I am doing that and I'm consuming that. I was never a big coffee drinker, and I still try not to, because the thing is I also get hot flashes now, and coffee and spicy foods and things like that will actually increase my likelihood of having a hot flash. So I try to stay away from coffee, but sometimes girls gotta do what a girl's gotta do. So with the type of breast cancer I have, it feeds off of hormones. And so what my team is doing is basically eliminating hormones from my body, which then puts me in a medically induced menopause. So that means brittle bones, that means hot flashes, that means dryness in all the places. And basically my body's experiencing something early, whereas maybe 20 years from now, this is something I would be going through. The things that I have to incorporate into my life on a daily basis now, it can be a heavy feeling because this is not what I saw for my year being 34 years old, but this is my new reality. I feel like an old lady, if I'm being honest, with how many things I have to incorporate just to like not feel stiff and to kind of get the day going. I literally just actually introduced vaginal estrogen, which is just such a mind trip as a 34-year-old to say like, oh, I need this extra assistance now in my intimacy. I need extra assistance now in my bone health and my joint health. It's still something I think I'm processing as I continue my journey, dare I say, with breast cancer and what my new norm is gonna be. I think most days though, I'm very much laying low. I'm very much recharging on the couch, playing some video games, binging some TV. And that's, I think, where I have to kind of work on getting out of the house and, finding that balance of like, yes, you need to rest, but also let's try to get your 10,000 steps in today. I've definitely been leaning more into acupuncture, massage, even like manicures and pedicures, like something about just like giving yourself that little like pep in your step. That's what's kind of my version of treating myself. I will say though, I do still indulge in ice cream and cookies. And I think a lot of times people with cancer, they become scared of food, sugars especially, and to each their own. But for me, I am going to eat the cookie. I will not be giving up the cookie. I do love to cook. I love cooking. I will say New York apartments tend to have smaller kitchens and it drives me nuts. So if I'm not cooking, we're definitely eating in or out a lot. I mean, when you live in Little Italy, you have so many options too. So I think we probably eat out more than we should. But when we do eat in and I'm getting to cook, it's very fun to focus on, health, and the health benefits now and different like spices. I've been into gardening lately because we've been very lucky in having this patio space with our apartment. So I've been trying to like have a little hobby with that. I'm still very much feeling new coming to New York City. So much happened these last couple months that I feel like finally the dust is settling and I can focus on like, I don't know, becoming a New Yorker. Am I allowed to say that? My nighttime routine's pretty simple. brush your teeth, floss your teeth. Occasionally I'll have like some kind of like sleepy tea or sleepy drink. This year more than ever, I have relied on sleep gummies to assist in a deeper sleep. I have a lot on my mind nowadays, so anything to help kind of fog that up a little bit is gonna be my go-to at nighttime. I do have this little hot flash watch on that I make sure is charged so that I can wear it overnight and it keeps me cool. It's this company called Ember Labs. All it does is send this like cooling sensation to your wrist, which then in return tricks your brain. It's a whole scientific thing that I didn't realize that's what a hot flash was. It's not really your body being hot, it's your brain thinking your body's hot. So this little blast of cold air really gets me my sleep. I also have been wearing an Oura ring at night because I'm looking at my heart rate and how many hours of sleep I'm getting. I'm just like so hyper-focused, I think, on what I'm doing now and how I can just like be better for myself. I don't know that I have a worst part of my day because that makes it sound very routine and my days tend to be pretty good, but I've had really bad days and I would say those were all in the early stages of being diagnosed and understanding what's coming and how to treat my breast cancer. I think the days where I'm forgetful are maybe the most frustrating as someone who's always been on top of things and in control and organized to forget I have a meeting or to forget what happened last night. Like that's a loss of control and that's very, I think, scary at times because you don't know how far that's gonna go in your life. Favorite part of my day, I will cry. My favorite part is literally just like waking up next to my husband, next to my dog, and just like knowing like I am here another day. With stage 4, there's just like this heavy feeling of like a countdown of like, when's my time up? And I try not to think about that too much, but really just like waking up and just being like, yes, I'm here again. And I hear myself saying that in my head, like, thank you for today. And just like seeing like my little family just like right there in bed with me. It's like the perfect way to start the day.